Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in today's video I have 23 off-meta wild decks to share with you. These are all decks that have hit high legend in the month of March. If there's a deck that you don't see here, it may have hit legend in another month, or maybe just didn't quite get there. But if there's something you want to share, drop a code in the comment, let me know a little bit about the deck, and I'll check it out for a future video. Now, there is no Demon Hunter because Demon Hunter just isn't really played in Wild. There's Odd Demon Hunter, there's Aggro Demon Hunter, but it's not that great. So we start with Druid, starting with Malygos Druid. Now, Malygos Druid, it's been around forever. However, it got some nice tools from the Onyxia's Lair mini set. One big issue with Malygos Druid is you get your Malygos dirty ratted, you're done. That's no longer an issue. You got some backup plans. You've got Mecha'thun. You get a nice deck of treasures. Yes, it got kind of nerfed. You've lost the locusts, but it's still a really good card. There's also a raid boss Onyxia in here, which I really like. It's just a nice board clear and a big body on the board. So this is a nice updated version of Malygos Druid. Next up we have Reno Druid. Now, my initial scan of this list led me to think that it's not that good, and then I played it, and I went 8 wins, 1 loss. This deck's incredible. Basically, you just play it like a value deck. You play it like a Ramp Druid, like a Kazakhstan Dragon Druid, but it's a Highlander deck. What I find is I get a ton of value off the Bran and the Zola. I dirty rat a lot, I mutinous a lot against slower decks. It's just incredible, really fun build. Definitely give it a try. Mecha'thun Druid. Now this is a deck I haven't tried because, as you can see, I don't own the Undertaker. Battlecry gained the death rattle effects of 3 friendly minions that died this game. So there's one of the main reasons this is in here is if the Mecha'thun gets pulled off Dirty Rat, you lose the Death Rattle. Well, the Undertaker gets around that. Kind of like how Warlock has Tamsin's Phylactery. A neutral version of that is the Undertaker. Questline Druid. Now, personally, I think this deck is awful. Playing 3 games and losing all of them. However, if you're queuing into a ton of Questline Hunter, a ton of Pirate Warrior, basically you just play the deck by gaining a ton of armor and just watching your opponent concede. Outside of the Questline Hunter and Pirate Warriors, it kind of loses to everything. But if you have a Questline, you want to fiddle around, give this one a try. Token Druid. Token Druid, another deck that I was reluctant to play, queued it up. It was really good. Basically, you need to get a Whispering Woods or a Glowfly Swarm out, and then you just buff it like crazy, put some composting on there to get some more cards. Because of the ramp, the blooms, and the innovates, you can just have crazy boards very early before your opponent has a chance to be able to deal with your board. Pretty fun deck. Hunter. Secret Hunter. This deck, as you may know, I hit Legend with it. I had a 67% win rate from Diamond 5. I've also had viewers also hit Legend with this list. This list is insane. It hit number 1 on the China server. You'll notice there are secrets that are missing that you might want to have in there. There's no Explosive Trap. There's no Freezing Trap. There's no Wandering Monster. To be honest, you don't need them. They're just kind of damage control that you can get around. If you're just playing the deck optimally, you don't need those secrets. This deck, absolutely love it. Moving on to Mage. Quest Mage. So Quest Mage has taken a bit of a different turn. So because Quest Mage is slow now because of the nerf to Open the Way Gate, there's got to be a way to do something unfair in Wild. And the way to do that is to get multiple extra turns with the Grey Sage Parrot. So, as you probably know, The Time Warp gives you an extra turn, so you can have that extra turn, play the Parrot, get another extra turn, and just really make your opponent's life miserable, which is the point of the deck. A more traditional version of Quest Mage will be Reno Quest Mage. So I'm not going to go through all the cards here because with Reno decks, it really depends on the pilot's meta that they're currently in. And a lot of these decks are piloted at High Legend. But basically this specific list, again, it's going for multiple turns. There's even a Potion of Illusion in here to get more parrots. Again, you don't need to go for infinite turns, or not infinite, but like a lot of extra turns, but it helps. The matches to Dawn Grasp is also kind of nice, so if you want to try some Reno Quest Mage, this is a great way to do it. Moving to Paladin. One of my favorite Paladin decks to my heart. Murloc Paladin. Love it. Basically, it's a high roll deck. You basically need to play Prismatic Lens to tip the scales for very cheap, or play High-Abyss Allura, play a cheap spell, which is why you've got the Hydrologist in here, or the Mailbox Dancer, get a cheap tip the scales, win the game very quickly. It is an aggro deck. Any Fin can happen, doesn't help. It's too late in the game, turn 10, you're going to be dead by then anyway. So basically you win very quickly. Really fun list. Dragon Paladin. I actually haven't tried this list, but Dragon Paladin used to be a meme. I'd say it has transitioned from meme to off meta, but as you can see here, it has the early aggro Paladin package, which we typically see, like the tax package. But then you start topping out, you got a Vandar Stormpike, which is pretty nuts, reduce to big minions. You've got Brasswing, Kazakhstan, Raid Boss Onyxia. Again, I haven't tried this. I'm going to. Let me know how you go if you try this one. It looks pretty fun. Moving to Priest. Big Priest. So this is the list that my cousin Sluzzle featured a few videos ago. This deck loses to aggro really bad, so you're gonna lose to Pirate Warrior, you're gonna lose to Questline Hunter, you're gonna lose to pretty much everything, unless you queue into a Warlock or a Druid. And the reason this works against Warlock and Druid is because of Hakar, the Soul Flayer. You're shuffling Corrupted Bloods into each deck, you're repeating that effect with Zarella. Basically, you just watch your opponent draw themselves to death, and it's pretty funny. But just be warned, the deck sucks into aggro. Reno Priest. Again, this is another list, as you can see, I have not tried. I don't own Seek Guidance, though it is definitely on my radar of something to craft. But if you have a scan through this, it's a pretty quirky Reno Priest, so it's pretty questionable. Yes, it's got Raza. Yes, it's got Anduin. There's no Spawn of Shadows in here, so it's basically kind of like a Thief Steel version, so take this with a grain of salt. This is no way of saying Reno Priest is back, but it's a cute build. Now, if you don't want to play Big Priest, then why not play Pig Priest? Pig Priest, as I like to call it, is based around L1 Boar. This is totally a hilarious deck. You either lose in like 4 turns or you win, but you get that sort of 1,000 truths as early as possible. You know, Boars, Raised Dead, Shadowy Figures, Twilight Calls, whatever. Just any way you can to get those Boars to die, and then you got your giant weapon and you win in 1 or 2 turns. Pretty funny. Rogue. Oh, Killer Raccoon, my favorite dust bait Twitter poster. As you can see, I can't play this deck because Killer Raccoon post the biggest dust bait decks you've ever seen. If you're rich or you stole your mom's credit card, play this list. Otherwise, don't. That's all I got to say about this one. Now, if you are poor and you haven't taken your mom's credit card, free-to-play Death Rattle Rogue is the way to go. This deck is so cheap. It's under 3,000 dust. It's big rogue, however, the only big minions is Scrapyard Colossus. So basically, this is the screw you Pirate Warrior, I'm gonna win. Screw you Questline Hunter, I'm gonna win. Everything else you're gonna lose to. But if you want to make giant taunts, it's a pretty funny deck. Odd Rogue. Oh my god, Odd Rogue, my favorite deck of all time. It's kind of back. Not really. I tested this deck. It's not great. I went 2 and 3. I got really excited because I won 2 games. I was like, yes, Odd Rogue's back. But then I lost 3 in a row, and I got sad again. But if you really, really want to play Odd Rogue, this is a good build. It's very efficient. It's not memey. It just gets the job done. Reno Rogue. I have not tried this list. It came from the Firestone website. I know nothing about it, but when I do a quick scroll, it looks like a Miracle Tempo Reno list, which is not something I'm comfortable playing. So I will probably not play this list, but if you like Pillager Rogue, if you like kind of quirky combo rogues, give this one a try. I'm giving it a skip, but it does look pretty cool. Shaman. Even Shaman? Is it back? There have been multiple people hitting high legend with Even Shaman lately. I don't know what's going on. It's interesting though. I think the Stormbringer was a change for me. I think there's a card missing from here. I can't remember. There's a legendary. Mojo Master Zihi. That's the one. So I swapped out Mojo Master Zihi from Memnak's list for the Stormbringer because I don't own Zihi. So if you're queuing into a ton of Warlock, Zihi is way better than Stormbringer. But if you want a high roll, this is the way to do it. Otherwise, it's the Even Shaman we saw from the past with a couple extra little techs, but I love Even Shaman. I hope it comes back. Yeah, I'm gonna spam this list pretty hard. Evolve Shaman. This is another deck that I would love to be meta. It never quite has been. I tested this list quite a lot, and it wasn't awful. It was actually pretty good. Give it a try. It's really fun. It's not so much high rolling off the Doppelgangster, but high rolling off the Desert Hares. But this deck is a ton of fun. Aggro Shaman. This is the deck from the China server. They refer to this as Hammer Shaman, so it really is a full-on traditional face shaman with a Doom Hammer. Basically, just get a board, play stuff, don't trade, smack the face, play a lower Theb, win the following turn. Easy. There are no Warlock decks in this video. Would you like to know why? It's because the life tap hero power is broken. So as long as you make a Warlock deck, it'll be good. On the Warrior. Odd Warrior. What? Odd Warrior? Quick scan through. Nothing special. Snowed in, kind of cute. Why would you play this? You shouldn't. It loses to every single OTK deck. But if you really, really hate Pirate Warrior and Questline Hunter, this might do the job. And last but not least, Reno Warrior. Now, I was going to say very bad words about this list. However, on my climb to legend, I lost to this deck twice by 2 different people, and I was really, really annoyed. Scroll through it. It is a deck. There's no Dead Man's Hand. It's not terrible. But it makes me mad that people beat me with this deck. That's all I have to say. So there you go. 23 wild off-meta decks. If you want to try any of these decks yourself, you'll find all of the deck codes in the description below. If you're a mobile user and it is difficult for you to copy those deck codes, you'll find there is an easy to enter link to my Discord. You can visit the deck lists only channel. You'll find all the deck lists there, easy to copy from a mobile device. If you want to help support this channel, you can click the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, leave a comment, and until next time, I hope to see you again.